So imagine the creators of Resident Evil and Devil May Cry just throwing away everything they know about survival horror.
Right, throwing decades of experience completely out the window.
Yeah, exactly. And all of it's just so a rotting zombie can, you know, score a date with a human girl. Welcome to today's deep dive where we are looking into exactly that.
It is a massive pivot, honestly. We've been digging through a huge stack of sources for you today, developer interviews, early gameplay footage, studio press releases, and they all point to this wild new action RPG called Stupid Never Dies.
Stupid never dies. I mean, the title alone sets the tone. Our mission today is to figure out what happens when these industry titans just completely abandon their grim horror playbook to build this neon-drenched underdog story.
Right, and to really understand it, you have to look at the exodus over at Capcom. You've got Hiroyuki Kobayashi and director Aikiro Sasaki leaving that corporate safety net behind to found an entirely new studio, GP Track 50.
Which is a huge leap.
Oh, massive. But when you spend your whole career making games where, every single shadow hides some terrifying threat, burnout is almost inevitable. They wanted a thematic rebellion, so instead of a badass zombie slayer, they give us Davy.
Right, Davy.
No.
Who is essentially, he's a Goomba.
A Goomba, yeah, that's exactly it.
Like the absolute lowest tier cannon fodder enemy you accidentally step on in level 1 of a platformer. He's the clumsiest, weakest zombie in existence.
He's pathetic, but he has this hyper-specific motivation. Davy basically stumbles upon Julia, who is this cryogenically preserved human girl, and he just falls rotting heart first in love.
Which is weirdly sweet for a rotting corpse.
Very sweet. And his goal is to defeat the king of monsters to secure what the devs are calling over-technology.
Which just means essentially super advanced sci-fi tech that acts like magic, right? Like the only thing capable of thawing her out and bringing her back to life.
Exactly. It's totally absurd, but it gives this fumbling zombie a pure, driving purpose. But here's the problem. Davy has the romantic drive, but physically, he's useless.
Yeah, and a studio famous for high-skill combat can't just leave him as a shambling punching bag. They need a bridge.
Right, and they build that bridge with a mechanic called Style Eat. So early on, Daisy meets a character named Dr. Frank, consumes a mysterious phoenix egg, and suddenly gains the ability to literally eat his way up the food chain.
Wow. Okay, so a true body hacking mechanic.
Yeah, he consumes elite monsters and absorbs their traits. So you eat a werewolf, you gain blinding speed.
Swallow a harpy, take flight.
You got it. A golem gives him tank-like strength. You're synthesizing 50 unique skills across 10 different combat styles. This ties directly into the developer's goal of achieving Nujiru, or brain juice.
Brain juice.
Yeah, it's that psychological state of peak flow where your hands are moving perfectly in sync with the action on screen, and you're just entirely immersed in the mechanics.
Okay, I'm going to push back a bit on that, because knowing their Devil May Cry roots, achieving that flow state usually requires really punishing high-stress skill combos.
Right, the sweaty palm gameplay.
Yeah. And that totally alienates anyone who just wants to enjoy the story. I mean, if you drop a combo in those older games, the system literally mocks you with a terrible grade.
Oh, for sure. But the devs anticipated that exact frustration from players, so they kept the real-time style meter, but they flipped the psychology completely.
Wait, how so?
Instead of penalizing you for missing a combo, higher combat ranks directly boost your loot drop percentages.
Oh, wow. So the better you play, the better gear you get.
Exactly. You're being actively rewarded for experimenting rather than punished for failing. It bridges the gap between that sweaty high-skill action and the satisfying, numbers go up loop of an RPG character builder. It actually respects your time.
That is so smart.
Yeah.
And they match that inclusive gameplay loop with a total visual overhaul, too. The developers explicitly cited modern urban art icons like Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, and Arcane.
Yeah, they completely ditched the muted grays and browns of traditional zombie media.
The underworld just looks like street art come to life. And for those of you tracking this, it's a 30-hour Odyssey dropping in fall 2026 on PS5 and PC.
It really shows that true creative mastery isn't just about repeating the formula that made you famous.
No, it's about having the confidence to abandon it entirely and just, embrace the absurd.
Taking a massive risk on a fumbling romantic zombie shows a really deliberate rejection of industry stagnation.
Absolutely. Which leaves you with an interesting thought to take away today. As major game budgets balloon into the hundreds of millions, pushing corporate studios to play it incredibly safe, will the only place we see true genre-breaking innovation be from these veteran developers who intentionally walk away from their own empires to start over?